Welcome to episode 42 of Taking the Credit. And we have our special guest here, our sweet baby. Oh, there she goes into the mist. Yes, mist. Into the mist. Yes. Is she going to come back up? You coming back? Oh, she speaks her mind. But there she is. You know her. You love her. We love her.
Oh, there's a fly in here.
I know. I saw it earlier. It's like we're in 2019.
Feet are wet. She just jumped on me and they're wet.
Yeah, it's because the floor is all wet. And that plastic thing that we have now holding our bowl
Gets full of
also
water.
holds water. And that water is not going to go anywhere.
That's fine. You don't like it?
No, I do.
You're pissed.
I just don't know what the best way to rid the water. Did you notice that Brian and Chelsea had the same thing?
Do they have the same
Yeah.
thing? Oh, I got on Amazon. And there was cheaper ones, but that one was cool because you could move I feel like they have theirs the long way, so it's a little more stable. Because the things can go on the side and make it nice and tall, or you can have it go in the middle.
No, that's what it's set up exactly like ours because they had the water bowl beneath it too.
Oh, yeah, didn't notice that.
Yeah. I noticed on the last day. Don't know. Forgot to tell you. But anyway.
Yeah, Grace wouldn't eat when I brought that up to my mom's house. She didn't really want to. She's doing the same thing. She would eat out of my hand, but then in the bowl, she was like.
And even with it raised up, she wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the queen's life.
Yeah. Right out of the hand.
Yeah. Out of the hand only. But she deserves it. She's a good lady.
Yeah, her legs are giving out in the back pretty bad. She's definitely.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's not great.
She's a good lady.
Eating lots of poop, sliding all over the place.
Sliding in the poop.
Yeah.
That'd be hardcore.
Look at my list. It's really good. It's the first 3 lines are people coming over.
Yeah. Well, real quick. I feel like I have got more slivers. I have, I know, I don't
get them. Your fingers are just very fingery.
I got one in my foot, which.
How does that happen? Were you walking barefoot out there?
Yeah, and I said something to you about it today, and I was like, no walking barefoot, and then I walked out there barefoot again to come talk to you before I left to go to the thrift store.
But did you get any little slippers in there?
Not that time.
Yeah. See, I've never noticed. Oh, this fly is gonna piss me off.
No, I know. It's just twice this week. Never before, but twice this week I've gotten slivers in my hand because of, one in my hand, one in my foot because of our barbell flaking. Because it hits the rack, and then if it moves around on the rack, it'll flake. That's really the only place that it would happen.
Yeah, and I just thought your grip is further than mine for everything. So right now when I grab it, I don't notice it at all. I don't notice anything. So. And
I mean, it could have been something that came off when I was on the ground. I guess today I don't think I was doing anything on the ground, but I don't know. Planks or no, I don't know.
It's a pretty cheap barbell for what it is.
I'm not mad about it. It's the knurl on it is way nicer than the older one that we had.
Yeah. The
one that came with the weights. But I wonder if that one's fixable now, because if we had screwed in the bolt on the end, if we could still...
You want to fix the other one?
Not so we could replace the one that we have, but if we had 2 working ones, wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah. Remember I bought that, and then I was going to give it to you for Christmas, but I got too excited, so I just put it in the garage.
I mean, God bless. Sweaty. Yeah, always.
It's not that hot.
Stop saying that, because then I'm going to think it's warmer.
It's very cold.
I'm always hot. And it's hot in this room, and that is hot.
Is it?
It's right there.
It's not that bad. Picture sitting on an ice cube, a block of ice.
Well, that sounds excellent, but...
Yeah, just imagine that you're doing it, and your body will cool down.
I'm already using the ice pack. I started the episode with the ice pack. Do
you want the other one to put under your butt?
No, I don't know, babe. I just need you to leave me alone. That's what I need.
Ignore the bully.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just, my mom talking about work and just some stuff. And I wanted to tell her to ignore the bully.
I told her to.
Oh, you did? That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Ignore the bully. And a lot of times
That's
I'm
good
the
advice.
bully.
Yeah. You see that fly is really persistent.
I know, it's really big and buzzy. There's different types of flies, I'm pretty sure, and that's a big boy.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
I guess we have to stop and just kill it, and then we can start again. Just kidding. It'll just keep going. If you name it, you'll feel a little less angry at it because it has a personality.
Interesting. What's its personality?
He's a stressor. He's stressed out. He's zipping around. He can't find his friends or his children, and so he's stuck inside. He doesn't know what's going on. He's just a little confused. And so he's just sad and stressed.
I like that. A narrative.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, what's its name?
I don't know. I can't even put the story. You can name the fly.
Okay. Henrietta.
Henrietta for a boy?
Is it a boy?
It might be.
It might not be.
Do flies have genders?
They kind of have to, right? If they reproduce.
They do, right? But do flies come from maggots?
That I cannot.
I'm gonna
I don't
Google it
think
real
so,
quick.
But interesting. I mean, maggots is like where I stop. I pretty much change the channel when it gets to maggots, so I didn't know. I can't picture if they evolve into something beyond that.
Oh,
Like
wow.
a
Yeah.
moth.
So maggots are baby flies or the larval stage of a fly.
Ew.
Maggot is another word for larva.
Larva.
After a pupal stage, pupal. So it's like pupil, like a student, but with an A, pupal stage, maggots turn into flies. Sometimes it may seem like the maggots appear from nowhere, but it's just that you don't notice the fly or its eggs. The fly lays hundreds of eggs at a time. So flies lay maggots.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do they develop into maggots from what they're laid as?
Oh, maggots don't just show up out of nowhere. They show up for a reason. Flies become attracted to some rotting material or spoiled food in your kitchen and use that as a breeding ground to lay their eggs, which hatch to become maggots. So they do breed.
So maggots turn into flies like caterpillars into butterflies.
Yep, they go from maggots to flies in approximately 14 to 36 days.
How?
They feed for 3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 days. Woo!
Feed Dave.
Yeah. There are larval and pupal stages, and it takes approximately 14 to 36 days. I can't say days. For the eggs to morph into flies. I don't know. Where do flies go at night? Do maggots multiply? What the hell is this? Maggots don't multiply, and flies sleep during night. So there you go.
I want to know just how it turns into a fly.
Okay, how does a maggot turn into...
Because they don't, I mean, we talk about cocoons and stuff, but that's a pretty quick turnaround. I don't know how fast the caterpillar's transformation
Here you go,
is,
there's a
but
picture. It's really gross.
see, how does it get from that to that?
It's like
That's
it's
a
got its
potato.
cocoon.
And then it's a potato to a fly.
There. It's like a little buggy thing, and then his wings just break out.
What?
Maggots. Pupil.
That's so weird.
Larval.
So why
That's a pupa.
I mean, I'm so much more okay with flies than with maggots. Why is that?
Well, I guess you need to know that maggots are just baby flies. I'm glad that I looked this up because it's always something I've thought about when I think of maggots and flies. And now I just confirm that that's true. I thought it was just like some stupid thing that I made up in my head as a child. But
So if we don't have maggots in our house, but we have flies in our house.
we leave the door open
Yeah,
pretty
but
often.
Does that mean that there is a fly breeding ground close to us?
Probably in the general vicinity, not in the house, but there's probably somewhere outside where there are little maggots.
Gonna have to find it.
Yeah, but that is kind of disturbing because now you think about it, what is this fly going to do? Is he going to come breed on the walls and make little baby maggots everywhere on the wall?
I really hope not.
The only place they would make little baby maggots would be behind the stove or under the stove.
That's true.
It's pretty gross back there.
Literally
and I don't know how to pull
there.
it. Yeah, I don't know. I remember when we moved, I feel like it was in either Superior or Broomfield. Like we pulled the whole like oven out and cleaned under it. So I think it can be done. I just don't know.
Probably can. There's probably an outlet behind it that it's plugged. But
I guess we're just hesitant because we don't want to like mess with any gas line or something, right?
Because it is a gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
All of the ovens before we used were the electric, right?
And this could probably be solved with a simple Google.
Nope.
But I don't want to.
I've used my one Google on the podcast to look up maggots.
Yeah, that's okay. And I mean, we'll save the other Google for another time. Don't need it right now.
Google.
That's fun. But I'm glad we don't have that problem.
Maggots are fun.
No. Nice.
I want it off.
No, don't take it off.
What happens if I take it off?
It's going to sound way worse. No, it's not louder. It's just going to sound
like this.
Like if you start
like this.
It's going to blow out people's ears if you talk too loud with that off. That's better.
Don't unplug me. Is that what you were doing? You were going to turn off my volume?
Sliding off the edge, and I don't like that.
Well, why do you keep doing that?
It's not me. It's you.
It's not me at all.
I know. It's me. It's my headphones.
This is real interesting.
Wow. Well,
what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about business. That's all I want to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about everything else first, and then we'll get down to the business.
Well, then it's on you. Let's go.
No.
Oh.
We had a lot of people come over recently in different waves.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, since last week.
Yeah, and because True. Yeah, Brian and Chelsea came over like 2 weekends ago-ish,
I think we did the podcast and then they came over, right?
That doesn't sound right. It sounds like
it was a weeknight. Yeah, you're right. It was a weeknight. Was it this week, though, or the week before? We probably just didn't talk about it because
Bailey and Jesse were hanging out. Yeah. Podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was
that was nice, though.
That was fun.
It was like our first friend. Well, not really, because you hung out with Courtney, but my first. Well, I mean, I hung out with Courtney too, but I guess it was the first time seeing Brian and Chelsea since quarantine, which was nice.
Yeah.
Always nice having them over.
We took the easy way out. They always cook for us when we go over there.
And they still ended up making stuff before coming over, and we bought food. But hey.
Chicken, buffalo cauliflower wings.
So good. Very, very good. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Nice to see people, and I mean, it's nice to catch up, and a lot has happened in like the months that we've been locked down. So
what has happened? Well, I know your business, but what else?
That is a lot.
I know, but what else?
School? I don't know. What do you mean, what else? I built a business in like 3 months. Yeah. What is there to talk about?
Sorry, I don't know.
How much work that is?
It's so much work.
Yeah.
My body is starting to feel sore. My arms are tired for some reason. I did a couple of pull-ups earlier. Sorry. But yes, it's been busy. I feel like a slug right now. It is kind of warm in here. But yes, Courtney came over like twice. And that was fun. She brought Audrey, and Jude loves Audrey, and Audrey does not like Jude. So
who is Audrey? Please explain.
It's Courtney's dog.
Not everybody who's listening knows that Audrey is Courtney's dog.
Well, now they know.
Audrey could be a person.
Audrey is Courtney's duck.
Duck?
That's how you said it. Doug.
I copied you.
Dog.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Sorry.
It's fine.
That was great. And then my mom came over. That was really fun. And we recently, I know we talked about this before, like cleaned up the spare bedroom. So it's more comfortable down there. Like you genuinely want to stay over and just be in the spare room. She did say that there were spiders. There were 2 spiders in the shower, like by the bathroom, that wanted to eat her.
Yeah, I don't doubt
That's
it. It's
part
disgusting.
Of the basement.
It's no bueno. I don't like it.
But yeah, that was
a lot
fun.
of spiders down there. But yeah, I mean, so we had Brian and Chelsea over last
Mhm.
week, and then your mom came over and she was in and out this week.
Yeah, they went up to Steamboat.
This was a really active week for us.
It's been very, I was just thinking
especially, but
yeah, I'm pretty tired for not really doing much. Just mental stimulation.
That'll do it. Yeah, we went out. We really like.
Yeah, we went beer bar hopping kind of.
To a couple of breweries locally. We got those slushy drinks.
Ooh, those are real good.
Yeah, it was like
from Wibby.
Gin and tonic, but it was like icy style, like snow cone.
Yeah.
But a gin and tonic. It was really good. Probably super simple to make.
I'm just trying to help stop.
But where are you going to wipe it?
I wipe it on the chair.
Ew. Okay. What is it?
It's just where my butt sits.
Now I got the Skeeter haircut.
No, it's good.
Okay. And
I cut his hair today.
The Roger. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. You cut my hair today. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I definitely went at it a little more aggressively, I think, than I normally do. So getting a little cocky about it. And it definitely, I think it turned out fine. On the left side, I know that I buzzed a little further up, but it's fine. And, I know you can go get your hair cut now, but I refuse to do I will just cut your hair from now on.
I'm appreciative of that because I don't want to go somewhere and get my hair
pay $30 and I could do it for free right here.
Well, yeah.
And it's not always perfect, but it's kind of like a fun gamble. Like, woo, how's it going to turn out this time?
That $30 is a lot more useful in buying a VCR and other stuff. So,
yeah.
Yeah. That's bueno. Thank you for doing it.
Remember
and I was falling asleep.
When I did the bangs.
Yeah.
I did
you was went straight across.
Yeah, I
tried
brushed
to fix
them
those
down
a little
and
bit.
then I just went.
Yeah. Then I went through and I was like.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
You did that?
Yeah. Nobody cuts bangs straight across. That's a crime. You committed a crime.
I can't believe you did that.
I helped. Babe, when's the last time you saw bangs straight across?
Like all the time.
Where?
The lady on the show we were just watching.
No.
Nice baby bangs, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, you wanted me to have those fluffy baby bangs. I just want to have normal
rugged man hair.
No, I just want 29-year-old man hair. Appropriate.
So happy. Oh, that's how I forgot to. That's something I need to do. I might end up. I can't talk right now. I might end up just waiting till tomorrow to fix the bed for Kyle because I sent the missing parts. Right?
Kyle could fix the bed for Kyle, right?
Yeah, he could, but he's working long hours right now, and
That's
he doesn't want to.
There's not much left to do, really. Just screwing those pieces in. Do we have? Oh, are the bolts outside? That was from something else, right?
Yeah, they literally didn't send any pieces for it. So I think I set them downstairs on the little table down there.
Are you sure?
No.
I mean, we could. Luckily, it's like worst case scenario.
Those are from the bed in the spare bedroom, right? Because that was some solid.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Because I think those went out there with the Allen key tool. Yeah. But, yeah, I guess absolute worst case, we can go to the hardware store. Mm-hmm. That'll be easier than dealing with overstock.com because...
Ooh, I should reach out and tell them that they forgot the pieces and be like, I need a bigger discount because you didn't sell them. Just kidding. Yeah, that's very rude. I wouldn't do that, but they were very mean to me.
It is bizarre. Yeah, they closed your case.
That was very annoying.
When it was undetermined.
Right. Yeah, I wrote to them so many times. The first time it was like, hey, like we're missing these pieces. And then I heard back from someone and they're like, sorry for your, like, the wicker chairs and blah, 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 your recent purchase and the side table. And I was like, what? And then they emailed and said they were talking about the furniture. And I can't remember what they said, but it was kind of like...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that was somebody else who was complaining about our service because we're bad.
Yeah, right.
The wicker chairs.
This is kind of off topic from that, though. Same thing. I got an email from Overstock, like, bragging about their top customer service or something. Like, we're so great. And I was like, this is so wrong. I filled out a survey and said that they suck. And I'm not buying from them again. But there was, and then that lady, she offered to give me a free year of their Club O, which is like a membership. You can save money or something, which is very dumb. I was like, I'm not going to order anything from you guys ever again. So just put that towards the order. And so she literally gave me $30 off. I should have said 30% off. I should have been like, hey, give me 30% off. But then I had submitted 2 cases to them. There was one saying that the pieces were missing, and then I submitted another one saying that the pieces were missing. So I was very angry, and I just wanted them to reach out quickly. And there was someone that responded and said, oh, well, the manufacturer said that the pieces are in the headboard. And I was like, it was just so
did we already
degrading.
talk about this on here? Just the headboard itself? I don't know. I guess just to quickly catch people up to speed before Kirsten gets back to feeling degraded. Kirsten bought a bed frame for her brother, and they sent it packaged where all of the pieces to put the headboard together were with it.
We have talked about this.
Yeah. To put the frame together were in the headboard. Open up the headboard. All of the pieces are there except a few pieces. Overstock says, we'll talk to the manufacturer. Manufacturer says the pieces are in the headboard. We say we put it all together. It's not there. Yeah. So anyway, Kirsten was jumping through hoops.
They closed the case. I
closed the case.
Called and talked to someone, and she was like, oh, they closed that case. Like, it was marked solved or whatever. I was like, what?
Undetermined at best.
So, yeah. So rude. But yeah, those pieces finally came, so now we can finish the bed. And the bed kind of sucks anyways because it's not sturdy at all, but Kyle hasn't broken it yet, so I guess that's good.
What happened to Ray Rivera?
Eli pushed him off the building.
Unsolved Mysteries. Watched my first episode. Was that the first one you saw?
That was the first one, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember where I saw there was like an ad for it or something. And I started watching it this morning while you were doing your internship stuff.
It's not an internship.
Sorry, your job.
Yeah.
Your Friday job.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I used to watch that show as a child, the Unsolved Mysteries, and it's like a reboot, and I guess it's like recent times because I think that was from like the 90s or something. I don't remember. Anyways, there was a man that was pushed to his death. I'm pretty convinced that it was probably all staged, like you said, or like they were saying, like his glasses and his phone were just lying next to him.
Yeah.
Lying next to him. They probably put the hole in there somehow, beat him up real bad, and then just left his body in there with those things to make it look like he had jumped and they were scattered.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess they could have done it anywhere and then just dropped him off.
Yeah, when they were talking about like the lacerations and the bones and all that, I was like, they probably beat him up and planted his body or threw his body off the top of the parking garage after they killed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that was the thing. They said the parking garage was too far.
Yeah, like but think about it. 20 feet, right? And no one could like jump like that. But picture like 2 big goons, you know what I mean?
No.
And they've got his body.
Absolutely
and they
not.
just like go like this, and then they
20 feet.
Off. Yeah, 20 feet.
2 goons, 10 feet max. There's no way.
This is like 20 feet.
No, what?
This is 20 feet. Can I count it real quick? Right?
You can try to count it. It's not going to be accurate.
My feet are huge, so it's basically like 1 foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2,
No. You think that they could throw a human, an adult like over 200 pounds, 20 feet over a ledge on the parking? No. Yeah, I saw. He came out of that Belvedere. He came out of that hotel. People say they didn't. I mean, I don't know. Like, they said nobody whose rooms faced that side reported anything.
Right.
But like, how many people? It's a hotel. They don't all live there, right?
I don't
Probably
know.
people who
So
stayed
you
there
think
that night
you
and
think he was
left,
tossed out a window or something? Jumped out
or
a
just
window?
like higher up. I mean, they never got into like who lives in these penthouses, what they might be connected to them. They never talked about that. If
Probably
it's totally
because
possible if a mob leader owns that penthouse.
they would have talked about it if it was relevant, though. They would have been like, well, this person who lived here was like in the mob, and like it was very important because clearly something was up with that. But maybe there's some sort of privacy, something they really couldn't talk about it, you know. But
So
I don't
you
know.
think it's like the work people? But either way, they would have had to like be up in the hotel where they said it's like really hard to get to without living there
Right.
or
Yeah.
owning that space. So
Yeah. I don't know, but it was cool. I like it, but you were not happy because it was unfinished.
I like closure.
But
I like
you
having some sort of ending. And it was just like, oh, if you know anything, keep us posted. It's like, I want you to keep me posted.
I should call them and be like, Eli pushed him off the building, and then they would be like, what? And then they would open a case on you, and they do all this research and find out that you never even have been to Baltimore.
Alternate, they would raid our house, shoot our dog, and then slit my throat, and then find out that I was innocent.
Well, you're not black, so that probably won't happen.
Wow. It could. Interesting point, babe.
I'm just referencing something that happened recently, you know. So.
Well, don't tell anyone that I committed crimes that I didn't.
Okay, that's fine. Eli didn't do it.
Anyway, show's okay. I liked it. I just don't like that there's no answer.
Well, that's fun. That's the fun part.
It's not fun. I'm not a detective.
I remember watching...
Whose job is it?
Well, it's...
Somebody tell me what happened to this guy, and don't make an entire TV show about what may have happened to him. Use those resources, figure out what happened to him.
Can you just put the ice pack on your head? What happens? Just put it on your forehead.
This thing is,
Here.
It's not cold.
Oh my gosh. It is kind of cold.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I'll go tuck it in the freezer real quick for you.
Okay.
But first, I was just watching the person crossing the street.
He didn't cross the street, did he?
No, he walked across the street, like over here, like towards our driveway. Sorry, I'm not very articulate today. Everything's just kind of all over the place. This was me on Wednesday. I had a couple of calls, and I was just like, not very articulate. Maybe it was Tuesday that I was feeling kind of, yeah. But,
Don't know. It was Monday that we had the slushy drinks. Well, you didn't really have much.
well, in the evening part I did, but while we were driving around.
I'm going to go wash my face off. I'm sorry.
Okay, so then you can tuck this in the freezer. I'm sorry that you're so warm.
It's okay.
What am I going to talk about? Maybe I'll show them my nails. You get up.
It's going to get blurry if you put it right in front of the camera.
Look at them. Like this close. How close can I get?
It might already be blurry. I can set it so it's just focus.
That's rude. Anyways, I got my nails done. It's fine. You're fine. Go wash your face. And it's really nice because the nail salons are open again. And, I always look on Pinterest to find nail designs. And this poor guy, they look really cool. Like, he did a really good job. But it was super tedious. It's like black. They're just like regular nail colored for the base, and then at the very top it's black and then blue. I'll share a picture of it maybe on our Instagram, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so that was fun. I did that this week. And then on one of the days when my mom was here, we went back up to her house. And then there's like, if you're headed towards Estes Park, there's a road off to the left. Sure. Yeah. Thank you. There's a road off to the left. There's a name for the road. It's like a pretty common place to go. I can't remember. And apparently there's a really nice neighborhood up that road. No, the one have you been there when we take them to go play in the water? Okay. So really? You haven't? No, you probably haven't. You're right. But what is it called? It was part of the road was flooded. What was it called? I don't know. Anyways, there are bighorn sheep on that road, which people don't realize. Like even just like right off of 36, if you're headed up to Estes, if you take a left up the road, they're like on the right side of the road a lot. But yeah, there's this like little spot, like a pull off that you can only get to if you have like a truck or a Jeep. And usually there's a lot of water just like right off the road, which is super nice, but it's been dry up there. So there hasn't been much water. But yeah, we took the dogs up there. And then there's one spot that's like deep enough where they can swim. And typically it's like moving water because, again, the levels are higher. But this time it was just kind of sitting. But Jude loves to swim. Like she will swim. It's so funny. And Scarlett, her sister, doesn't want to swim. So like I throw the stick in the water and then Scarlett's trying to like get to it without having to swim. Thank you. And then Jude will swim. But yeah, she loves to swim. We used to take her to the dog park in Louisville, and they had like a little pond, a little scummy pond. We had to stop taking her though because she got sick once because it was just sitting water, like still water. So, but there was one time she was in the pond, and I can't remember. I think that was when I took her, like on our summer Fridays, a couple of years ago. And there was like a duck in the little pond, and she was swimming in it. And then the little duck would like go underwater when she got close, and then it would pop up on the other side and be like, Jude, over there. And then she would just like paddle to it.
Is that the one in Louisville?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that too, yeah.
That was funny. Yeah, she loves to swim, I love that. But she would never jump off into the water. You know, like some dogs will like run and jump, but she had to kind of mosey her way in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was fun. I wish that was more... that there was water close by that like we could take her to like that and she could swim.
I'm kind of surprised that she doesn't get more into the baby pool.
It's
because she really does like swimming.
It's almost like she's insulted by it though. Is like, this is too small. I'm not going to sit in here. This is dumb.
I think so. I think she's insulted by us. She's probably in bed right now.
No, she... Oh yeah. You're right. Maybe she is.
Maybe she's by the door. That could be too. She's a hot dog.
How are you feeling? Are you less warm?
Yeah.
Did that help?
Yeah.
That's good. I was just sitting here talking about the dogs.
No, I heard. It's fantastic. You do better without me.
No. That was very fun, though. I like taking them up there because they have so much fun. The last time I was up there, I saw a snake, though. And this time there were those... like the horsefly, not horseflies, like the little mothy looking fly boys that bite you. I hate that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that does seem like a horsefly, right?
Maybe. I don't know what they're called.
Maybe.
What is that?
So earlier I was thinking about like how I would connect that wireless microphone to this, and I think that's my ticket. So I'll just leave that there so I remember.
Nice.
I can do that. Totally forgot about that.
Well, it was only going to be if we cut your hair outside.
I know, but...
podcast outside, cutting your hair.
Yeah, I was thinking like... I guess I could probably plug it in either way. I don't know. Whatever. It's there. I'll move it at some point. Because I have a project. We have a project scheduled. Legitimately
I'm going
scheduled.
to that too.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, it's literally going to be just a learning experience. So I told them.
Are you going to tell them it's the first time or no?
No. But I'll tell them that we're training.
We are training.
Because that's true. And I told them to plan on like up to an hour to set up everything. So
wow, it won't take that long.
I know, but if I can have people plan on that when it takes a half hour, then it's like, oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
So.
And you'll figure it out that the light with the thing is the biggest.
I think I'm going to use this for now.
Nice.
And then whenever I buy a stronger one, that's when I'll start using the other thing again, like a stronger stand.
Yeah.
But it's just too unpredictable
Is there a
with the weight.
stand that I can buy you?
They're so expensive for no reason that I just haven't found the value in buying it yet.
You could make one out of wooden planks.
No.
Make your own.
No.
Wooden planks.
Needs to be foldable and compactable and yeah. So anyway, this works just fine for now. And
for now.
It's literally I mean until I can buy a more expensive, and by more expensive I just mean better quality, and happens to be more expensive, but a better quality C-stand for this light. That'll be good. So this definitely works, and it's way better than nothing. But really, I'm like super pumped about the VCR right now. There's a camera store in town that I know we talked about it back in January or February, but there's a camera store in town that will transfer your VHS to digital, and actually they transfer it to a DVD, and then you can transfer it to digital from there if you want, but they charge $35 for the first hour of the video, of whatever the VHS like total length is, and then it's something per hour added on top of that. And so I had like a 30-minute total video that ended up being $35 because it's like 35 or nothing. Like, yeah. Anyway, 35 for the first hour or anything under an hour. So if I start doing that and offer it less expensively, I think it would be a really good way to start like gaining more serious momentum with COVID, because people are holding on to tapes. That it wouldn't be too hard to sell the value of like, hey, these are memories that you already have, but you just have no way to watch them anymore.
Right, and let us do that for you.
Yeah, let me get that so you can have it on a computer so you and your family can watch that forever. Then it's like, I don't have to come to your house. Literally, you could put your VHS in your mailbox and I'll come pick it up and do it, and then drop your VHS off, and you'll have an email with whatever, yada yada. Or I'll send you an invoice, and then you pay the invoice, and then I'll drop your VHS back off. So,
yep. Anyway. I like that. It was kind of like what Courtney was saying. Like at this time, I think because you just started the business and you can't really do too much unless, like with like actual places, it has to be individuals. So like coming up with creative ways to try and like get some momentum, like.
And I thought about like, it's weird because I thought about that. I thought about doing this, but only because I still have VHS tapes that I would like to convert. Not because I thought about offering it as a business idea, just because I have VHSs that I wanted to convert. But somebody in that Facebook group was like,
do you have more VHSs?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
nice.
3 or 4 more in there. So I just didn't want to pay the $35. And it all happened like right before COVID. I would pay the $35, but I don't even know if they're open. And it took them like a month to get it back to me. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it did. It
was supposed to be a Christmas present for my brother, and it turned out being a birthday present. So that means I would have dropped it off in like December and got it back in February.
Well, wasn't that around
end of
Christmas
January.
though? Because it wasn't it popping, like that was something that they were doing a lot of.
Yeah, but still. I mean, if that's the case.
Wait, how long did it take again?
Like a month.
A month. Okay.
So if that's the case, then that
I
means
wait
that there's a desire for it. There's a need for it.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, if it turns out being lucrative enough, I could just buy the equipment to have another setup so I could run 2 VHSs at a time and double my productivity speed. So anyway, shout out to Matthew Freeman in my Facebook group. Well, not my Facebook group, in the Flash Film Academy Facebook group that I'm happy to be a part of. Shout out to Matthew Freeman for sending a YouTube video explaining that transferring process and suggesting to me specifically that it would be a good addition to my services. So, Matthew, you're right. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, you're friends with him on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I liked the picture post.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. So
I like seeing all
he
your new
just like threw that suggestion out there in the group and tagged me in it, and I was like, well, that's like, I've thought about the idea of transferring VHS to digital, but I've never thought about that as a business plan. So I got it. I know.
I like it.
I don't like how you do it. You like rub it in.
Well, how am I supposed to do it?
I don't know. Rub it off. You like push it in. No. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's gone. It's all gone. Ew, don't. See, it's not helping. I think I was thinking about it out there because I wasn't feeling warm anymore when I stepped out there. I bet it's the headphones.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
'Cause
Put the ice pack on top of your head, wedge it like on your head, but keep it there with the head. So put it on your head.
This is frozen.
That's fine. Just put it on your head.
I can't put it on my head. It's like a rock.
Give me
No,
sorry.
it's okay. I'll just
Can I
leave
please
it right
hold it
here.
for a
This
second?
is perfect.
Just let me hold it
Because
for a
you're going to
second.
put it on my head, and I don't want you to put it on my
I'm
head.
going to put it on your
Nope.
head.
You don't get to hold it. Look
I
at this.
need it.
No, you don't.
Please, I'm putting it on my head. I just want to put it on my head.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. There.
Yeah.
And then you just put your headphone
How
over
would you put
it.
your headphones over
You would
that?
have to extend it so it would go over, and then it would just boop.
I think maybe for the rest of the summer, what I need to do is start wearing earbuds.
That makes sense. Wow, this is really cooling me down.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Sorry,
Sounds
you
nice.
can take it back. Just grab it from my head.
It's okay.
Take it. Very good. I hit my head really hard last night when I was going through the window to unplug the
Here.
lights. I don't care. It's
Okay.
fine. The one thing, I really like that new curling iron, but it doesn't really keep the curls in like my other one.
Oh. Does the other one do? I know you were saying that, and I know that your hair was like way curlier when you just did it earlier.
Yeah.
But you have one that's better?
Yeah. I feel like this one, I don't know. I might return it. It's not too late, I don't think. It's from Amazon.
Why'd you get it?
Well, I have a hair appointment on Tuesday with my hair lady, and she uses this brand. It's called Hot Tools, but she uses the straightener, I think, typically to make curly hair. And I was like, so if I get the curling iron, like, I bet it'll work. But I'm learning that it's not about the actual product. It's about I just can't, my hair doesn't curl well, just to begin with. And then I know that there are different tactics and ways that people use them to get it to curl. So I'm thinking about maybe returning that and then getting the flat iron, because my straightening iron, that it's like old and it's bad. So maybe if I return the curling iron and I get the straightener, she can show me how to do it. How
Nice.
she does it. I don't know.
Yeah, may as well. I mean, if you're using the tool she's using, then the only thing missing is the technique.
Yeah. Which I've tried. I've Googled, I've Pinterest, I've looked at it, and that's the next step. Like, I figured out my makeup, kind of, like the foundation stuff, and I took a lot of the information Bailey gave me to, like...
Shout out to Bailey.
Yeah. To just, with the layers and the things, and... But, yeah, no, I feel like I'm getting better at that. But then the hair is, like, the one thing that I haven't quite figured out yet. Because I'm very flat, too. My hair is very flat. So it'd be cool if I could figure out, I know like not washing it helps with that, like to add some volume, but it's really hot and it's summer and I work out a lot, so I kind of have to wash it. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm the worst lady. Like, I'm not very good at the girly things.
It's not true. Look at you.
Well, yeah, I buy shirts.
You did all of that for this podcast.
No, I didn't. I look like this all the time. Just kidding. Yeah.
And I look like this all the time.
Yeah, you really do, though.
Yeah, I know. Nothing changes except my hair today because you cut it. But otherwise, yep. I know, nothing special. You get the same old T-shirt and lately basketball shorts version of Eli because I work from home now.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, too, I wrote this down. So there was a sale on a shirt that I've wanted. And it's from a company that I said I was going to boycott. But that's okay. But anyways, I bought, there were 3 shirts I ended up buying. But they're like this. You know what I mean? Like they're comfy shirts that I can wear out. And I realized that that's what I need. You know, like summer-wise, all of the T-shirts that I bought that are more fun, you know, like and like have frills and stuff, I haven't worn them as much. And I think it's just because I don't really care when I go out. Like they're going to be good when when we can go start hanging out with friends and stuff and like doing things or meeting people, whatever. But like as far as ones that I can just throw on and go out in, I don't have many of those. So I bought 3 of them and they're all comfy. They've got little designs on them. They're fun. I'm excited.
Cool. Yeah. I already told you what I mean, this weekend already, and it's early in the month. It's been a pretty purchase heavy
That's
weekend.
okay. That's fine.
But
That's
I gotta
fine.
say, still doing pretty well with the savings. And also gotta say, a lot of them are business. Actually, pretty much all of it is business expenses. So I pray that I can write a lot of that off. That would be super cool to get some sort of bonus for all of the stuff that I need for my job.
Yeah, and I always like to think about, I won't say it out loud, but February next year, you know, and
Right.
So really, if things just don't go as great as we thought, even like half of that would be good to put into whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's just out there if we really want to get out of here sort of thing.
Yeah. I also have a lot of faith in what I've got going, so...
Yeah, that's fair. And I do, too. I'm not saying anything wrong, but, like, you know, if you end up buying a truck or something, or you want to buy a Jeep or a vehicle for your business or whatever. Another little cart for your stuff.
That's not that expensive.
You want to buy another little thing or another camera.
I don't know. I got the other little thing, and that's not that expensive, but it was a good move. It's a good move because it'll show me what the final product looks like right now. Because that doesn't show us what it's going to look like on YouTube. It's just what it looks like in the camera right now. Yeah. Hi. Are you trying to kiss or something? Okay.
No, sorry. I was just being goofy, just getting close. Yeah, really gross. Ew.
Yeah, don't.
Ow.
Yeah, so anyway, that's good. Of course, I would love to have a vehicle that's wrapped and actually looks like...
See, that's why you need a truck with one of those bins so you can put all your stuff in there and then you can go to different
All
places.
my stuff in one of those little bins?
They're
No.
not that little. They're big. Yeah.
No. I need a little van thing.
Oh, that's so gross.
It doesn't matter if it's gross. It like has cages in the back with storage, like literal storage shelves and space. That's
Courtney
what
and
I need.
Oh, no. Courtney and I were just talking about a Honda CRV last night. Get one of those because they've got space in the back. You put all your stuff in the back. It's better than a van, like a van.
No, it's a van. A van like that is a legitimate. It's like a business vehicle.
Are you gonna block out all the windows too and make it look all creepy?
Maybe it'll already be like that.
Oh no, I will never support that decision. Sorry, I just don't see. There is no. You don't need a van. Sorry, no van. I don't.
Well, I need something that has plenty of space that would make it easy. And I don't need it. I mean, it's not something I need to do right now. But at the same time, I think about like...
You've been implying it very heavily.
Well, I'm not going to get a vehicle right now. I haven't had a car payment in my entire life because I've always bought used cars or was gifted cars within the family, like, which is privilege for sure. But I've been like...
What kind of privilege?
Hand-me-down. Josh hand me. Yeah, I got a 94 Lincoln Town car. It was my first car, and then I drove. My oldest brother gave me his 97 Volkswagen Golf, and I drove that. And then for graduating college, my stepmom gave me her 2006 Honda Accord with a bad transmission that I had to get rid of in 6 months. And then I drove my mom's like 98 Infinity something or other. And then my dad sold me his Mazda that I still have. So
Whatever happened to your mom's vehicle?
I think Jordan sold it or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's out of my hands. I tried so hard, but it's out of my hands.
Yeah.
It's hard. If you guys ever lose a parent, don't. But if you have to lose a parent and you have siblings, make sure they're on their shit, because it's really, really difficult when you can't get something done and you want to get something done. Somebody else has to get it done and they have no motivation to do it. So anyway, don't lose a parent, but if you do,
Step up
to the streets. Channing Tatum. Yeah. It's hard, but
we should have cake for your mom's birthday.
no cake.
Not cake. Something special though. Something nice.
Plantains.
We'll have a nice day. Plantains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plantanos.
know.
Yeah. Gotta have beans and rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember making a lot of beans and rice here when she visited that one time.
Yep.
Like so much. There was so much leftovers.
Yeah. For a long time. Too long.
That chili was really good too though. Was it like the white chicken chili or something
Mhm.
like that, right?
Yep.
That was good. Yeah, she had a lot of good recipes. And we kept that though, like her little recipe book thing, right? That's somewhere.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing about having to box everything up really quickly. But then again, like, I don't know. You have to be realistic about it too. Like, how much stuff are we going to use? Like, how much stuff do we need to really keep?
Yeah.
Which turns out almost all of it. Because I brought like a little bit home, and then my brother brought like everything else back here, and then he moved out and left it all here. So
And it's just here.
yeah, everywhere. So
At least it's not. What were the boxes that were in the basement before the living room was empty? Was that all the stuff that's in the garage now?
I think so.
Wow.
I mean,
I remember being
yeah.
very upset about that. Like I remember talking with you about that. Like if you keep stuff and bring it back, just make sure that there's space for it and that it doesn't turn into storage down there. And then it did turn into storage, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that was tough. And I mean,
Yeah.
even then it was still a mess for a while, but Jordan came back out for our wedding, and that's when he reorganized the garage and put everything in the corner.
Was it full up until that point?
I think there was still stuff in the basement maybe, or
But
like
less.
scattered around in the garage. But yeah, I remember when he was out here, he like reorganized.
Yeah, when did not your brother Jordan, but my brother Jordan move? Was that after? No, that would have been last summer, right? Because then we brought the couch here like last summer in the basement.
Yeah.
Because I remember at the wedding. Oh yeah, I remember telling
so
Pete
Jordan
to go
would
sleep on the
Jordan
couch.
left in like May or something.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like 1st of June. Yeah. Early June, because he was like, I'm gonna be back in Kalamazoo on my birthday, June 5th. So yes, it's probably like June 1st or 2nd last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Year went by real fast, and this year is cruising.
Really is. It really is. But
30-year-old boy.
it's been good. I mean, it's a good, really a good year.
It's, you started your business, and I mean, all of the stuff that's happening right now.
I'm going to be graduating soon.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of nasty things and just whatever. But overall, for us personally, I feel like it's been a good year.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it helps too, like, in regards to that. in regards to what's going on is like, we know institutionalized racism. We know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't have to learn that in the wake of everything. So I feel like, I don't know how to say this effectively. It was less impactful because it wasn't like we're getting slapped in the face with information or people saying that you're racist. It's like, I did know that. And it's by no, racism is not prejudice. Racism is by no choice. You are born with a white skin complexion, therefore you have it better off in the United States, which is 100% true. That is not the same as prejudice, which is judging somebody based on that skin color. It's simply the fact that you do have innate benefits because of your skin color. That's racism. And that's why only white people can be racist, because they're the only ones in this country that have innate benefits from being white. And that's probably in a lot of places in the world, really, because white, fair complexion, white people have often colonized territories of people of color. So anyway,
sorry too, just to kind of touch on that, is like I feel like I learned a lot, but that was back when before the Black Lives Matter movement was like, again, because it's been a thing, but before just everything recently has been but you took a class on it, like you learned more about it, and I think you already were aware, but it was new to me. Well, like the whole racism as far as like, with the white and prejudice, and I remember like, oh, that makes sense. Like it just didn't really click before, but after you explained it, and like I kept seeing like reverse racism, and I was already annoyed by that, but thinking like that can't be true. And then when you explain that kind of stuff, it's like, yeah, those people are idiots.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I learned a lot too. Again, it's like some of that stuff you can kind of just feel because it's become pretty obvious over the years if people are really denying white privilege. It's a real hard debate to try to have with somebody. And that's why I feel like in the wake of everything happening with everything going on, it hasn't been as hard on us simply because we're already at that finish line of like, I know we're racist and it needs to change. So what can we do to change it, rather than fighting that battle of, I'm not racist, you're racist. Yeah. And then either in your mind winning or losing that battle and maybe eventually getting to where we are now. So yeah, I didn't have to like come to terms with any of that. Right. And it's just hard. Yeah. It's really hard because it's not okay. It's absolutely not okay. But I don't know. I guess it's good that people are becoming aware, but at the same time, I didn't get you to understand that white people are racist because I yelled it at you or because I threatened you or anything. It was just like, explaining, hey, wow, I learned this, and and then you were like, wow, okay, that totally makes sense. I'm on board. So it didn't have to be confrontational, but so much about everything today is confrontational. You have to pick a side and fight for your side, and you never back down. But it's like the only time we've ever made progress is when we admit that we're wrong and we learn from it. So I don't know. Yeah. Hopefully people get it.
The confrontation reminds me of the whole cancel culture.
Yeah.
There was something I was reading about a lady that was working. She was in college working on her master's, was working for, I think it was a tax company. And then she said she was going to stab someone because she was mad that people were all like, white lives matter. She's like, if someone says that one more time, I'm going to stab you.
Was it you?
No. But that's like a joke, right? You're like, haha, whatever. Like, I get it. Like, you're really enraged. They fired her about it.
Wow.
Yeah. Someone like found her and like sent it to her work. But that's a thing happening too now. It's like and this is kind of, I never really want to get into this because I know this is like news and stuff, and we were more just our lives and everything. But yeah, like and most of the people are wrong. Like in the videos that you see, like where people are recording, and I also watched one with a lady, and it was like a Chipotle parking lot or something, pull a gun on a black lady, and was just like, because she like was blocked in or something. I don't know, something that you could easily resolve by talking it out.
Right.
And
That's so
that's
hard.
bad. That's bad. She went to jail. But like other like little instances, like where all of a sudden these, videos or even conversations are being uploaded and people are getting fired. Like I agree that that's not right, especially if it's recent. But like think about past things that people have said, and then they're bringing it up, and like we were talking about this the other day, how people grow, like how they can change. And it's, I don't know. I don't like the whole like.
I gotta
like,
say, I didn't see the thing in the Chipotle parking lot that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But like, what better example of white privilege is there that a white lady felt like I can pull a gun on somebody and that's not a problem. This is not a crime. But if she were the one getting a gun pulled on her, she would be the first one screaming to the cops saying that person needs to go. Yeah. They need a life in prison.
Right.
Yeah. What is that? And I mean, if you have a concealed carry permit, the only time you can ever pull that thing out is if you're literally in fear for your life and you use it.
Right.
You're not supposed to just pull it out and point it at somebody to scare them. That's not the point of having a gun. You're supposed to protect your life with it. So obviously she was using it as a scare tactic, but if the tables were turned, it would be I don't know.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yep. Yeah.
It's frustrating.
And sorry again, I know we just started getting into it. We're almost done here.
Yeah.
Time. But like Courtney telling me about people outside of Target now, like almost kind of trying to like start something. But that's, again, like I keep seeing videos of people recording like racist interactions. And there was one with people in Macy's, and this one, I mean, it was taken like above legal matter and stuff, but there was a white guy that some black men said, like, you were calling us the N-word, and like they found out the white guy didn't. And so essentially they were trying to like start something. Mm-hmm. And I get that's not most of the time. And usually it is racism, but like there are people now that see, if I capture it with my camera, and I'm not saying like black people, like anyone can do this. Like you can be anyone and try to start something. And as soon as you bust out the camera, like you could just film the tail end of something not get the actual exchange.
That's always an argument. Yeah.
Yeah. No. But that's part of the cancel thing too, is like I see it's right now it's very prevalent because of racism and the Black Lives Matter movement. Like people are getting those, which is great. Like if you're a white lady and you're with your gun, like, yeah, cancel that lady. Like it's fine, fire her. But like other situations, like it just seems excessive. You
need the full details. Like you need to know the backstory, the context of the situation in order to judge it. And a lot of times you're right. We get like the absolute tail end or just the part that's edited out that people want other people to see. So yeah, it's really hard to just take that information at face value. And like, I can't even imagine just pulling out my phone when something's happening and hitting record. That's not something that comes to my mind.
And again, like just, I can't stress this enough. Like it happens and it is real. And right now it's a lot of racism and people are recording it. And I think that's good because we want to make people aware that this happens and people are crazy.
Right.
I'm more like talking about the times where it is more of a thing now, like where you can record something and get someone in trouble and it doesn't have to be over race.
And it's
that's like, that gets on my nerves. Like when people are trying to be like, oh, well, you're doing this and blah, blah, blah.
And again, I think you're doing a great job of not generalizing anything because it's not every time. It's just some of these times. And that's what's so important, and that's what's so difficult for people to seem to grasp onto is just like you can't take one instance and apply it to everyone.
Right.
I've been jumped twice in my life by black people. Doing nothing, literally doing nothing. Just been beaten. And I mean, yeah, that scarred me, but the real deal is my entire upbringing, my mom always we were always, well, she's Puerto Rican. So we were always in cultured communities.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always had good friends of every race, and therefore it's not a this person thing. It's not a this race thing. It just is something that happened
To someone.
and it could have been white people that did it.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't, but it could have been.
Yeah.
And white people do that.
Right.
And I just got lucky, and that didn't happen to me also. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just like you can't, even if something's happened to you, you can't just use that experience and blanket everything, because the overwhelming majority of all of my relationships have been good.
Yeah.
It's just
I
don't know. People are just quick to generalize about things. People are quick to be prejudiced. People are quick to deny
racism.
I don't know. We're going down.
I know. I'm
tunnel,
sorry.
but
I didn't mean to. And that's the thing
it's
is like
okay.
I get it and I want to support and be active about it, but we do that in other ways. And I'm glad that we talked about it because it's been very prevalent, and hopefully anyone that watches, maybe someone will be like, oh, well, this may, like what you were saying about racism and like the class that you took, and like how, and you phrased it so well, but like I say like, oh, I'm racist, or I'm a white person, I'm racist. Like it just sounds, I mean, it's real, but when I say it, you have an explanation behind it. So when I try to explain it to people, I need to get like the whole.
Remember that video we watched? I don't remember what episode it was, but we had it on an episode well before all of this stuff or it's always been happening, but before the George Floyd case really caught wind, and it was probably like, I don't know, episode 23 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But we watched that example, and a great example of somebody kind of displaying what white privilege looks like and what racism looks like. And to an extent, they're very much related or hand in hand. But just the visual of like, obviously you have a head start. So what else do we need?
Like the running, that
like take 2 steps forward if you've never had to worry about where your next meal is coming from.
Yeah, that's a good video.
And so you get a good visual of like
systemic racism.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
I mean, it's literally all these white people are so much further ahead because of the things that were just given to them by being white and by being born white and the luck of that lottery. So anyway, I don't know. I'm not an expert. And I don't want to claim to be an expert, and I don't even really want to claim to be like enlightened.
Right.
Because I don't know what it's like to live life as anyone else. So I wish that more people would take that approach. Simply, even if you're not looking at differences in people, just that you don't know what the person sitting next to you is going through. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what their childhood was really like. You don't know what that effect has on them. Everyone is a snowflake. So it's unfair of us to put any sort of judgments on anyone.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So anyway.
Yeah, I'm glad we talked about that tonight. I think that was good because it was needing to happen, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it really, like, we could probably have that talk all the time because I don't think things are going to change as quickly as they need to, because people aren't going to be open to hearing that they're wrong. And it's not like, it's not even really your fault. You just have to acknowledge it and see it, and then you can change it. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad we talked about it too.
Yeah. Oh, it feels good. It feels good talking about it and be open and
Well, do you want to wrap it up here?
Yeah. No, that sounds great. I know it's been over an hour.
Yeah. I mean, we could change the topic to like my feet or something, but I figure we could probably
hand tattoos.
Oh, no, I was just joking. We could wrap it up.
Oh, I do want a hand tattoo.
Okay, you can tell us about it though. I was curious to know what it would be.
I don't know. I want something on my fingy. and then maybe something on this hand, like. But my mom said not to, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, Mom says no. Episode 42, Taking the Credit. Thank you guys for hanging in. If you're still here, check us out on Apple or Spotify or Google Podcasts. Follow us, like us, share, subscribe, or whatever, or don't. And you're probably already on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, check us out on YouTube because it's better because there's video. But I also don't make any money on YouTube, so check it out on the audio. And I'm always sweating, and it's I'm always sweating. You can check that out too. Kirsten sometimes wipes sweat into my face, which is cool. But yeah, thank you guys. We really appreciate it. It's 42 times this has happened, and I know my lip hit the microphone. Happened. My lip hit the microphone. Yeah, 42 times we've done this, and I guess we'd just do it no matter what. So, but thanks for your support, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyway,
yep.
You have anything else you want to say?
No.
Episode 42. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thank you.